Again, thank you all for gathering. What I would like to do at this time right now, I see that our executive director is joining us, President and CEO, Reverend Dr. Starsky Wilskin. I want to turn it over to him right now so he can share just a few words with us this evening.
Thank you very much, Reverend Silver. Thanks to all who were able to join the call. I am only going to be brief here, but I want to talk about the things that we're doing and the ways that folks can get engaged and involved. I want to apologize for background sound, but only a little bit. I apologize for background sound because I'm on the bus and I'm on the road, but I'm only apologizing a little bit because this is where we all need to be. For 50 years, the Children's Defense Fund has been working, advocating in the streets, on the roads, and in the state, in the Capitol in DC and state capitals across the country to advance a policy agenda so that children can live with dignity, hope, and joy. We've done that alongside partners like Network Lobby for Catholic Social Justice, like the Faith in Action Network, like Sojourners, all organizations born about 50 to 55 years ago when the nation believed that it could do better for people who lived on the margins and for children. And so we are out still together. I'm on the bus with nuns from Network Lobby all this week. They're going across the country, but we've been for this week going through battleground states like Pennsylvania, going through very intentional purple districts that may make a difference in the outcome of the Congress, like the ones we were in Allentown and in Scranton yesterday, and in New York, in Brentwood and Baldwin. And now we find ourselves in Connecticut in the district of one of our most significant champions for children in the Congress, Congresswoman Rosa DeLauro, the first woman to receive Children's Defense Fund's Advocate for Joy Award. We're doing this because we know and what we're sharing in town halls like the one going on inside United Church on the Green right now on the other side of this bus, what we know is that when people hear about the freedoms that are at stake, and they know that 74 million children do not have a vote unless we are willing to use our vote on their behalf, that people will respond. And so we're telling people that it matters that we currently have an administration that has invested through the Bipartisan Infrastructure Act and the CHIPS Act and the Inflation Reduction Act, created 14 million new good-paying union jobs. We know that it matters that this administration has, by executive order, removed debilitating student loan debt from 4 million borrowers. And we know that it matters for the shelter of our children that they have invested $4 billion into affordable housing, expanding and making rental access for people affordable, and home ownership as a part of the American dream a little closer. It matters that we were able to make sure that we expanded and made refundable the child tax credit in 2021 and cut child poverty in half. And there's only one candidate running for the highest office in the land who is talking about cutting child poverty in half again. It matters. It matters. So I've been away from home all week on a bus so that I can encourage people to get out and vote, to campaign for joy and vote for child well-being, to use votes as a placeholder for our children. Because I know that if those 74 million children got a vote, that's almost as many people as voted for either of the candidates in the last election. And I know that if we can get you to vote, if we can get you to encourage someone else to vote, if we can get you to leverage the tools that we have and our partners have to make the distinctions and the difference in this election, then we can make sure that we have an outcome that will care for your children and mine. I don't make a hard distinction in that. I have responsibility for your children, and you have responsibility for my 9-year-old daughter as well. And so part of what we're doing is trying to make sure people put their hand to the plow or the ballot. We're trying to make sure that people go and knock on some doors. We're trying to make sure that people are willing to share out some information. So we can make the contrast clear. We can make it more possible that we can get a new child tax credit, to make it more possible that we can get increased investments in affordable housing, to make it more possible that we can get access to quality education for all our children. That becomes possible if you're willing to be motivated, mobilized, and activated with us. So we're asking you to do a couple of things. We're asking you to campaign for joy, go out there and promote a positive vision for what our country can be on behalf of our children, and to vote for child well-being. When you go into that polling place, think about that child that makes you smile. Everybody's got one. I've got 4 children in my house, but all my 3 older boys know that it's that 9-year-old girl who I can't think about without smiling. And so when you go into the ballot box, I encourage you to think about that one child. It may be a niece or a nephew. It could be the child from up the street. It could be one that you met when you were volunteering or tutoring after school one day. Whomever that child is, consider what will be the best for their future. Who are the candidates? What are the issues? What are the ballot initiatives that would best care for their interests? And I encourage you, in a moment of sacrifice and commitment and service, not to vote for yourself, but to vote for them. If you're willing to do that, we're willing to walk with you. And after November 5th, to build a nation where marginalized children flourish, where leaders prioritize their well-being, and where communities wield the power to ensure they thrive. We've got a remarkable team who's leading this campaign for the next 30 plus days, where we're going to rush through. We're going to give everything we can to break the tape through the finish line on November 5th, I'm sorry, because we know that's the start of a new race where we've got to build a thing together. So I encourage you to lean in with the team, leverage and use all the tools, lean in to use our National Observance of Children's Sabbath as a way to mobilize in your community. Be with us on another webinar where we're able to get more people engaged and involved at the end of October. Make sure you're leveraging the tools that we're using on socials, the explainers and the resources that we have around these issues to help educate people in your community, because it is time for us to build a community, to build a state, to build a neighborhood, to build a nation where all of our children can grow up with dignity, hope, and joy. That's what we're up to out on these streets. That's what we're up to on this bus. That's what we're up to in these congregations. That's what we're up to in these virtual talks and these webinars. And that's all we need to be up to until we get this done on November 5th. So I enjoy and join you to walk with us in this way, and let us get this done as we campaign for joy and vote for our children. Thanks to the team. Thanks to all who are here. And I look forward to being with you in the work, in the world that we will build for our children. Blessings, family.